Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Yeps.
My name is Yips.
And today I'm making this video just to kind of go over the different items that I've been flipping lately. DXP is coming up real soon, and I have, a month or so ago bought a bunch of items, so I figured I'd show you guys what I bought and how much profit I've made from flipping those in the time leading up to DXP. Maybe you can get some cool ideas from that and make some money yourself the next time DXP comes around. Alright, so the first item that I decided to buy was Elder Logs. One of my friends, I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back, Elder Logs had this huge spike, and my friend had bought into them at the time, just thinking that they're a safe investment, perhaps they'll go up one day. He ended up making many bills off of his huge stack of Elder Logs, so kind of having this in the back of my mind, I figured it might be a safe place to start, so I bought 25,000 of these and ended coming away with a 17 mil profit, which admittedly isn't the greatest return on investment, but it could have been worse as well, so we'll take that 17 mil. Another one of the classic items to buy for DXP is mahogany planks. Often people are going to be training construction over DXP, so I bought a bunch of those, 200,000 for about 318 mil. Ended up making 29 mil profit off of these. The buy limits are pretty good, so you don't have to spend forever getting these 200,000. But as you see, margins not incredible. Once again, a lot of these items though, you're just kind of trying to skim, 10, 15, maybe 20% gains on it, which could be worse in all reality. So we'll take that free money as well. Another one that kind of caught my attention was Viswax. This isn't necessarily a DXP item, but I figured maybe people will be neglecting that during DXP. And plus it kind of just has a good margin anyway, and it's been rising consistently for forever. So I figured that might be a decent item to buy. Buying 10,000 of those took 20 buy limits, so do the math, 80 hours of buy limits, but we made a nice 19 mil profit off of that, which is great. Another skill that people train really heavily over DXP is crafting, as you probably know, so I decided to go buy some dragon stones. These ones were a little bit tricky. I definitely bought in late and not at the best price. I probably should have slow bought a little bit better, but we did come away with 5 mil profit, so I don't know, we'll take it. For less than 5 buy limits, it's like a mil a buy limit, so it's not horrible. The next item, Uncut Dragonstones. I figured that its brother and honestly the better choice for merching or short-term investing. I bought into these, 65,000 of them. These had a lot larger of a margin, around 600-ish versus the 200-ish of the regular cut Dragonstones, and I made 38 mil profit off of this. I actually do, later on, as I'll show you, go back for another batch of these because they were doing very, very well for flipping. I figured people would also be doing fire making. I know that this is one that's really easily flipped. I figured it would go up a little bit, so I bought 237,000 of these, quite a few. I had a buy limit in for 1 million of them, which is just kind of hilarious. They didn't end up actually all buying, hence the weird number, 237,103. But I was able to get a decent margin on them. I mean, nothing super awesome, maybe like 8%, but we made a nice 13 mil off of that, which we'll pocket, of course. The awesome one, this is my biggest flip over DXP, Elder Rune plate bodies. Smithing is a very, very costly method if you want to do it quickly, and so a lot of people are just burning through cash to do burial sets or to upgrade these to level 5. So I bought a whole bunch of these. As you see, it cost me quite a bit, 3/4 of a bill to put into these, but we made 195 mil off of it, so that was our biggest win of DXP doing this. Definitely going to look at that in the future. I'm considering also the legs, maybe the other pieces, something to test as well, as people are doing burial sets and need all of the pieces of the Elder Rune plate body. Maybe +5s, who knows? I'm going to play around with that looking forward in the future. Another one is the bottled dinosaur roar. I definitely did not get too many of these. I really wish I would have gone in earlier and probably on both accounts, because it was an awesome margin. If you look at that, 4,000 with it, buy in for 7,000, get a 4,000. That's quite good. That's like a 60% margin. If I could have had this running for months prior, that could have been pretty incredible. So I just put this in here kind of just as an idea, as it is, herb lore. item ingredient, you could play around with the other ingredients as well, as people are going to be creating, power bursts and so forth. So I just wanted to pause real quick. At this point, I have gained 330 mil. I was trying to, kind of see what other items are good. I took a break at this point. I started buying actually around the end of July, and DXP, I believe, was announced on early August. So I had a couple week head start, which turned out to be pretty good. I might just make these videos moving forward kind of as like not like a documentary, but kind of like a journal of when I buy in relation to DXP, because it does very much determine the prices that you're going to be getting. So anyway, this is about 2 weeks prior, and I dumped right around the time that it was announced. There's going to be another swing back up, I'm sure, towards when it actually takes place, but this is what I did. My second largest one is Bainite Ore, which, as you see here, I spent close to $1 billion buying, 847 mil, and ended up selling all 218,000 of those ores for 960.6 mil. So 113.6 mil profit, which is pretty stellar if you think about it. That's probably like 15-18%, something like that. It adds up, it adds up. Honestly, I'm not in tune enough with recent updates to totally know this, but I know the Powder of Burials is the new kind of way to train. But I figured Dragon Bones too. Often people don't know that, doing prayer training over DXP isn't the best. Maybe you guys can correct me in the comments, but anyway, I feel like it's not the best, but people still think that it works. So I figured Dragon Bones would go up just because of that common misconception. So I bought in on this. I honestly wish I would have done it a bit better. As you see, I made like a 20%, maybe even more return on this investment. I wish I would have bought in like on both accounts and just done tons, because the buy limits are really, really good on these. It might be something to look at in future DXPs, for me at least. All right, I went back for Uncut Dragonstones. I already told you I was going to do that. Made 35.75 mil, solid profit. Another one I looked at was Cannonballs. I know people really don't do. I'm sure the bots probably aren't running during DXP making cannonballs, and people probably aren't doing the, PVMing that makes cannonballs. So prices swing. I figured that it was going to here, and the charts, suggested that it would. So I bought in on these, made a really good return on investment here as well. Wish I had bought a lot more. I'm probably going to slow buy like 1 million of these for the next DXP. Another idea kind of just to put out there for you guys, if you do have alching machines, I have 2 accounts with 120 inventions, so I have 4 different alching machines. So I bought a whole bunch of black dragon hides, still buying these. This is a crafting item, and so I bought these, and I was making something like 1,500, 1,600-ish profit each, which came out to be this 68.5 mil. It's going to take a little while to alch all of these, of course, but I figured that this is something that I'll definitely have done a month from now, so I may as well gather that profit, because it is pretty solid profit. Anyway guys, that is everything for today's video. I just wanted to throw up kind of my overall stats here. I invested a total of 3.78 bill over the course of all of these items, and I gained a total of 639 million GP, or an ROI, or for an ROI of 16.9%. So think about that though. If you have 1 bill, you could make 170 mil. If you have 10 bill and you invested all of it, could have gained 1.69 bill. Honestly, DXP investing is super awesome and super, super safe. And yeah, that's why my recommendation is to keep making sure that your money is being invested in items, especially with some forethought. You can make, quite easily 10% even without DXP. And of course, even more and higher percentages when DXP rolls around. So keep flipping, keep merching. It's going to be worth it in the long run. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video today. If you like this, please comment down below that you liked it. And I'll keep making videos with flipping ideas, maybe some of my flipping logs. I'll do it a couple weeks behind schedule just so that you're not going to mess with my flips. But at least then you guys are getting some ideas of what items are great. And that's honestly half the battle when it comes to merching. Anyway, that's all I got. So we will see you in the next one, guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day.